Coming up on BrickNerd, we'll open a very special brick loot box, take a look at these cool shells from Chroble, and the amazing Avengers Helicarrier. All that and the latest LEGO news right here on BrickNerd. Welcome to BrickNerd, your source for all things LEGO and the LEGO fan community. If you're nerdy about the bricks, you've come to the right place. First up, the news. San Diego Comic-Con 2015 happened and I was there. I had the great honor of speaking on not one but two LEGO-related panels with such notable people as Nathan Sawaya, Brandon Griffith, Paul Lee, Joe Mino, and the great Jim Lee of DC Comics. Yeah, that's me and Jim Lee. I also managed to get the traditional amount of LEGO exclusives. Precisely 0, but I did have a good time. I was also very excited to premiere the sequel of my animated short Batman vs. Superman to its target audience, namely Comic-Con attendees. It's going to be online very soon, so keep an eye out for that. Finally, a LEGO Brickumentary opens at the end of this month. BrickNerd Studios completed over 8 minutes of animation for the film, and we're very happy you finally get to see it. It's going to be in theaters and on iTunes on July 31st. Well, that about does it for the news, and now I have some explaining to do. Yes, I know it's been a very, very long time since I produced an episode. Let me explain why. In January and February, I was away from home. I was working on Fast and Furious 7. That takes me out of town. Producing an episode while I'm away working on a film is very difficult to do. It takes a full week to make one of these, so I just didn't have time. When I was down there, I got contacted by Nathan Sawaya to work on Art of the Brick DC Comics. I'm doing animation for that. It's a huge project. So huge, in fact, when I got back home in March, we moved the studio a few suites down and tripled in size, built a new set, and began working on that project. I can't tell you any details about it, at least not yet, but it's huge. It's really huge, and it's going to be an amazing show when it opens in Sydney, Australia. I think it's Sydney. Well, later this year. So between moving the studio, setting up, building, all the animation for that, the sequel for Batman vs. Superman, Comic-Con, and all the other stuff going on, I just simply haven't had time to do this so. But it's been far too long, and everyone's asking about it, so I'm carved out some time, and I'm making one now. So, let's get to it, shall we? Speaking of the new studio, check out these cool shelves from Chroble. When I built this new studio, I knew I wanted to have bricks. That was the original plan, actually, and just couldn't afford it at the time, but now I got these. I knew I wanted a graffiti nerdly. I think he turned out pretty cool. But over here, I didn't know what I was going to do. And a couple weeks ago, that question was answered when Chroble contacted me about these shelves. I just wanted to make the community aware of them. I was so excited, I mocked up the set just to see what it would look like, and I had to have some. So they're amazing. They're really super high quality. They're actually gorgeous. They're made from solid maple, handmade in Oregon. They come in, I don't know how many different sizes. There's a 5-figure, 13-figure, and a 25-figure. These are the 13s here, obviously, if you can count them. The top has got these embedded Lego bricks that go all the way across, and they are perfectly matched, very smooth, genuine Lego bricks. They're gorgeous. If you see them in real life, they're amazing. So head over to Chroble.com for more information, and if you order through the Etsy store and use the coupon code BrickNerd, now through the end of August, you can save 10% on your shelves. Not a bad deal. So, let's check out this. This is the latest, I do believe, the latest brick loot. It's been actually kind of sitting around a little while on my desk in there, but as you can see, it is unopened. So I'm going to crack it open right now. This is actually a pretty special brick loot, at least for me. And I actually have not seen the contents of this, with the exception of one thing. So let's open this up and check out what we got here. Tissue paper. Of course, everybody has to mention the tissue paper. And there's this. This is Nerdosaurus Rex. Also in February, while I was working down in LA, BrickLoot contacted me about producing or designing a model for him. So I had been actually thinking about doing something with the Mixels and dinosaurs for a little while. So I designed this model for him, and here it is. That's very cool. I'm honored to be involved in it. and I've seen some of the reviews online. Everyone seems to like this guy, so I'm very happy. Let's see what else we got here. We've got Nano Block. It's a Stegosaurus and a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Pretty cool. We've got Dinosaur Park, which looks like it's some sort of clone. Henji? I don't even know what that is. It's clearly something from overseas. I believe that's from China. Not sure. But it's a model in an egg. Looks like it's some sort of flying dinosaur. And we've got Sick Bricks, which is another knockoff Spin Master. Gets sucked into the game. It's some sort of game brick. Not sure exactly what it is. Looks like it's made to use some sort of mobile app. And we've got some sort of, well, it's that same, I don't know what this is, but some sort of fish in an egg. So again, knockoff. We also got Brickosaurus Park. That looks like a sticker. We've got a Studs trading card for brick loot. That's kind of cool. That's very cool. So I'm on a Studs card myself. And then we've got the what's inside. Oh, good. An explanation of all these other things. So again, I'm a little disappointed that there's not more actual Lego. This stuff is geared to Lego fans, and then there's all these knockoffs in here. But since this is genuine Lego and designed by me and very cool, if I do say so myself, we'll call this box a thumbs up. I don't give it a nerdly rating because that's a little self-serving. But yeah, in the future, I'd still brick loot. I want more actual Lego. But I'll give these things a go, maybe. See what they look like. I really don't like building with clone brands. I don't find the experience very pleasurable, especially with a certain Mega Blocks brand. But these aren't Mega, so I at least got that going for me. Anyway, let's take a look at the Avengers Helicarrier. When I first saw this thing on the screen in Avengers Assemble, it was a true surprise. I had not expected it. I'm not a huge comic book reader. I had never heard of it. And when that thing took off for the first time, it was truly a surprise. It had not been spoiled for me in any way, so it was quite a thrill. I still haven't seen Winter Soldier. I understand that this is also in that. I still haven't seen Age of Ultron. I don't know if it's in that or not. Yes, I'm a bad nerd. Sorry about that. This is a really cool set. It's based on a really cool model, and I don't know how you could go wrong as long as you build it right. And they pretty much built it right. It's got a few things a little wonky about it. The side pieces are a little loose, and it's awkward to hold. It's got almost zero swooshability, but you know, it kind of works more as a display model. It does have play features, which are also a little weird. Like this little panel here will pull out, and there's a little command center in here, and you can use these little microfigs, which are amazing. I love these guys, printed and awesome. But there's actually no place to put them down there because there's no studs. They've made it so that it's, all looks really cool, but you can't place any figures in there. And I mean, you could stand them up in there, but as you can see from just a little bit of bumping I've done, everything's just going to fall over. It's a little wobbly wibbly. The display stand is also a bit of a problem. It does hold it pretty well, but getting this thing on here without, I'll demonstrate, without getting down and underneath it is a little bit of a problem. In fact, it's next to impossible. Never mind. I gotta go in and do it this way. There we go. So that, I guess, could have been a little better. So, and it is just a little wiggly. The engines on the back are also kind of wonky. They've got a cool angle on them. They look nice, but they're a little janky. You could, they're just a little, they're attached a little strange. The inclusion of the minifigs is kind of cool as a display thing. It's still a little strange to me that they've got something, minifigs included in a model that's clearly not minifig scale. I mean, if this thing was minifig scale, it'd be a city block. But the microfigs that come with it, I think, are the real cool figures. These things are awesome. They're super tiny. I love all the little details I'm thinking here too. There's like, these little fences. There's little ships. The little tiny forklift. A little fuel truck. The whole surface is actually decorated with like little props and stuff. It lends a nice scale to the whole thing. You've got lots of little details on a bigger model. Makes it look even bigger. Of course, we've got the rotors, the ducted fans or turbines, whatever you want to call them. Rotating those obviously makes the whole thing also shake. It's a little awkward. You can actually lift this back off, and there's a whole section underneath where you could build power functions into it and make the whole thing run on batteries. I'm sure that makes the whole thing run smoother. I didn't really mess with that. I don't know how fast it turns. I don't know how loud it is. I figure it's a display model. I'll just leave it on display. But I do like it. I like this set a lot. I'll give it 4.5 out of 5 Nerdlies because it's really cool. Now, our buddies over at Brothers Brick, namely Ian Heath, did a review of this set. An amazing review, actually. It's 2 videos long. Go check it out. Very exhaustive, way more than mine. But he kept asking the question, does it fly? Does it fly? Well, at the end of his video, he did a flight test. But I happen to know that he faked it. And while it was good for a laugh, it didn't really answer the question. I guess that answers that question. Now let's take a look at some recently featured mocks. This is 3 stories of brick built awesome. Welcome to the Dream House by builder Alan Bohr. Not only does it have 3 distinct floors, they're all decorated with different styles. My favorite has to be the adventure room. While we're talking about interiors, check out this sushi restaurant by Daniil. The attention to detail here is stunning. It almost makes me crave sushi. But I don't like sushi. And continuing with our interiors theme, here's a tribute to apartment living by Brick. Each little dwelling is unique, and they're all adorable. That about does it for this episode of BrickNerd. Please subscribe, check us out on social media, and visit us at BrickNerd.com. Thanks for watching.